Okay, so let's do this your turn. I know I skipped your turn 2 and 3. That's because they're basically the same types of problems. So for this one, it says uh, one aquarium is. Got to find my little space here. Logan has 2 aquariums. One aquarium contains 1.3 cubic feet of water, and the other contains 1.9. The water in the larger aquarium weighs 37.44. Now I'm going to underline that, and I want you to do the same. Remember that 0.44 is the same as 44 hundredths, or 44 over 100. So our lowest common multiple, least common multiple, is going to be 100. More than the water in the smaller aquarium, write an equation with a variable on both sides to represent the situation. So what we're going to do is we're going to write an equation for an inequality, and then I'm actually going to solve it with you because that's kind of the next step of stuff we need to do. So what I need to do is, at some point, I'm going to have to come in and multiply by the lowest common multiple of 100. That gets rid of all the decimals. I'm going to do both problems if we have time. I'm going to do it by multiplying by the lowest common multiple, and then I'm going to do it without doing it because it's a decimal and we use calculators in this class. I want to show you that it's the same question. The problem is, with fractions, you don't always have that luxury. Okay? What is wrong? How come I'm not? All right. So anyways, you guys want to help me and tell me what you guys think the inequality should be? Yeah, go ahead. Raise your hand. Go ahead. I'm not going to say anybody's name because we're recording a video, but go ahead. Go ahead. No, behind you. He has his hand raised. What do you think the inequality should be? Uh-huh. Yeah, those numbers are important, but how do we frame that? So the student said 1.3 and 1.9. Those are the 2 containers, and the larger of them has 37.44. So what does that mean? Like, how do I set that up, I guess is what I'm saying. What is the inequality? So those are definitely key components. Well, let's think about that. So let's reread it. It says one aquarium contains 1.3 cubic feet of water. The other contains 1.9 cubic feet of water. The water in the large aquarium weighs 37.44 pounds more than the other aquarium. Now, this one's worded a little different. Okay? Write an equation to solve both ones to represent or find the weight of the 1 foot of cubic water. So basically, I'm going to say 1.9 is equal to 1.3 plus the 37.4. But it's 1.3x times 1.9x. In other words, they have the same amount of water, right? But one weighs more than the other. Okay? So the larger one is equal to the smaller one plus the 37.44. So now to solve this, we can multiply everything by 100. So put this in parentheses, put 100 in the front. When you multiply that through, you just basically move the decimal 2 points. So 1.9 times 100, if you do this on your calculator, if you don't have a calculator, quietly go grab one. Most of you should have a calculator. What is that when you guys plug it in your calculator? 1.9 times 100 is 190. So this becomes 190x, and then it equals, and then I'm going to multiply this by 100, which becomes 130x. Then I'm going to multiply this by 100, and that's going to be 3,744. Notice I don't have any decimals. All right. So now I want to get x equals some stuff, so I'm going to move this 130x, because that's the smaller of the x's, over to this side by subtracting 130 from both sides. These cancel, and I get 60x on this side is equal to 3744. What do I do next, guys? Yes. Well, actually, we do the opposite of multiply, which is, divide by 60 on both. Now, again, this doesn't work. It doesn't go into it evenly, so I'm going to say 3744 divided by 60 equals 62.4. $3,744. Yep. 3,744. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide over here, and I'm going to do the exact same problem, but without multiplying by 100. So if I say 1.9x equals 1.3x plus 37.44, the math is basically the same. I'm going to subtract 1.3x from both sides. This becomes 0.3x is equal to 37.44. Divide both sides by 0.6. I get x equals, I'm going to take, and I'm going to say 37.44 divided by 0.6. Same exact answer. So when Mr. Adams says you're going to get the same answer no matter what, that's true. And this is LBS for pounds. Now you might, I kind of glossed over this, but where did the pounds come from? Well, you got to read the question again. So one of the things that you guys could practice is reading the question more than once. It says right here that it's 37.44 pounds more. So there's a certain number of cubic feet, and that cubic feet has a certain weight. So 1 cubic foot of water has a weight. Now, if you want, we could further investigate this by saying, I don't want the weather. What did I say? 1 cubic foot into pounds, LBS. 62.4 pounds. Huh. It's like we're geniuses or something. See how that worked out? Any questions on that one? Okay.